All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to this week's meeting of the Board of Registration and Elections in DeKalb County. I'll ask the clerk to call the roll.
Good afternoon, board members. When I call your name, please respond by saying here. Vasu Abhiraman.
Here.
Travis Bowden.
Here.
Gail Lee.
Here.
Dele Loman.
Here.
Carly Swift. We have a quorum.
Fantastic. All right, the chair will entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
So moved.
Second.
I would like to make a motion to amend the agenda. Last week, I submitted a resolution that I would like to be heard today at this meeting, and I'm disappointed to see that it's not on the agenda, and I would like to add it under item for decision.
Can you describe it more?
I can. The motion would have the board set a date to have a hearing, a 228 hearing, considering the registrations of people who have post office and mail service addresses that are currently on the voter roll.
Point of inquiry, as it's my understanding that Ms. Lee just made a motion, is that correct? In the opinion of the chair, did she just make a motion, or would you like to make a motion?
I'd like a more formal motion.
Okay. I would like to make a motion that
To amend the agenda?
to amend the agenda to add an item for decision covering the establishment of a hearing date under CGA 21-228 for post office and mail service addresses that are currently on the voter roll.
I'd like to second that motion.
Okay. Any discussion?
Yes. I don't know if this is discussion. I would like to get some legal context on that before I would be comfortable voting on that to determine what our ability is to be able to call such a hearing as the members of this board, and any other legal advice that is relevant.
Further discussion?
I would think that'd be under the discussion portion if it's approved to put it on the agenda.
Is an item for discussion?
Excuse me?
To put it on the agenda as an item for discussion is what your motion is.
Well, when you have an item for decision, is there not discussion when a resolution is made?
Yeah, just sort of informative, right?
Okay.
Any further discussion? Ms. Loman?
Would Ms. Lee mind repeating her motion, please? I just want to be clear whether it was for decision or discussion.
I made it for decision.
Any further discussion? All right, we'll take a vote. All in favor of amending the agenda to add this?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay, all opposed?
Nay.
Nay. All right, the motion fails. All right, we still have a motion on the table, right, to approve the agenda as written here. Any discussion? Is there what? Yeah, there was. All right, we'll call a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, motion passes. All right. Next, I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of our past meetings.
Motion to approve the minutes of our past meetings. To clarify on the agenda, it is the minutes for November 10th, 2025 and November 17, 2025, and that is my motion.
Second.
I would like to amend the minutes.
Okay.
November 10th, on page 3. under B, number 1, it says, Director Smith clarified that while recent legislation introduced new language, the underlying process remains unchanged. Actually, it should be inserted in there. The underlying process for new registration applications remains unchanged. And then, but that wasn't the end of it, so for electors who are already on the voter roll with non-residential residence address, she explained that letters are sent requesting they cure their addresses within 40 days. Those failing to cure are changed to inactive status. Ms. Lee introduced the possibility of achieving compliance with the law via a board hearing under OCGA 21-228, and then dialogue ensued regarding the matter. So those are my changes that I would like to. I'm sorry, can't. Okay, that is the motion that the minutes be amended to reflect the changes that I just read.
I second that motion to amend the minutes to include that language that Ms. Lee has articulated.
Wanted to get,
What I would say is that, Mr. Bowden, you made the original motion, right? So I think that could just be a friendly amendment to your
Yeah.
original motion to say that they're approved with that amendment.
And I had hoped that was the case, but I was unsure of the mechanism for that. But if there is no turbulence to that, I would imagine we should be able to move forward with that.
No objection. I seconded it. I don't have any objection.
okay. Any discussion? All right, so it's a friendly amendment. So the motion that's on the table,
Oh, yeah, there is one other thing.
go ahead.
His motion covered both agendas, right? I mean, both,
Sets of minutes,
pardon?
both sets of minutes.
Yes, thank you. And there was just one minor change on the 11-17. It's on page 8. It's just a word that's missing. Chair Swift clarified that the Stone Crest Library had been added as an early voting. The word location is missing. That's it.
Scrivener's error, okay.
Would it be necessary to make a motion to amend that Scrivener's error? Or, I mean, would that even fall under the standard of it being a friendly amendment?
I think because she made it, you can include it. We could have fixed it too as a Scrivener's error, but
Okay.
she brought it up there, so you might as well include it in your vote.
Yeah, so I second that motion to amend that Scrivener's error.
Okay,
Okay.
So we have one motion on the table to
yes,
approve with the,
Okay.
with the amended language.
Okay. Second?
Okay,
And I'm sorry, let's clarify. My understanding is Mr. Bowden made the original motion. There's been 2 friendly amendments that he's accepted onto it, and Ms. Lohman seconded that motion.
yeah.
And you're fine with those
I
2
am,
friendly amendments? Is that clear? Is that okay with everybody?
I'm okay with it. It's just an amendment to meeting minutes. I read it quickly. I'd say I'm unlikely to support it in the future, though. I think I'd like to see the language changing the minutes ahead of time.
Okay.
Okay. All right, ready to vote? All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, none opposed. Okay, we'll have public comment now.
Public comment may be made in person or submitted by sending an email of 1 printed page or less in a minimum of 12 times to elections public CCMT at DeKalbCountyGA.gov, which must be received between 35 and 5 minutes before the scheduled start of the meeting. The body of your email must include your first and last name. By submitting an email for public comment, you agree to have your name and email broadcast in the Ustream entered into the record and minutes. The Board of Registration and Elections reserves the right at the board's sole discretion to add your email to the record or minutes without reading any of it into the broadcast, or to read all or a portion of your email into the record or minutes. All public comments will be limited to 2 minutes. Abusive, profane, or derogatory language, holding up signs, clapping, yelling, standing, or laying in the aisles to show support or opposition to a speaker will not be permitted, but a show of hands or quietly standing in place will be permitted to show your opposition to a speaker's position.
Thank you. We have 2 people signed up. Anybody else want to sign up to speak? Okay, fantastic. Oh, you would like to?
Liz True.
Okay, I'll add you. All right, anyone else? We have 3 total now? Okay, we'll start with Betsy Shackelford. The next is Janet Grant.
I would like to express my deep appreciation of the staff, the management, and the board in pulling off a challenging year of elections this year, especially with the runoffs. The runoffs have their roots in a racist law from years ago. The 50% plus 1 was chosen as a mark that no Black candidate could conceivably make. I would hope that our legislature would repeal this burdensome law. And secondly, I'd like to really commend the board for the careful consideration and seriousness with which it rules on the matters of individuals' rights to vote, which are sacred. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, we have Janet Grant.
Thank you. My name's Janet Grant, and I live in the city of Decatur, and I'm an area poll manager. I'm going to be very brief today, but I did want to take this opportunity to offer my appreciation to the entire board for your thoughtful review and consideration of the challenges brought by Robert Ashe at your November 17th meeting. With the support of legal counsel, your unanimous vote to dismiss the challenges and comply with the National Voting Rights Act was encouraging. This type of decision should be based on the facts and the law, and I was pleased to see that that's what drove your vote. In this hyper-partisan environment that we live in, it gives me hope to see this board acting to uphold the rule of law. Thank you.
Thank you. Last, we have Liz Troop.
Thank you. I'm Liz Troop. At last meeting last month, someone suggested that the voting that happened between 7 and 8 p.m. in the city of Atlanta that required provisional ballots was burdensome, and that it showed that using hand-marked paper ballots would lead to lines out the door. And I just want to clarify that as Mr. Abraman had said, that those were not, in fact, normal hand-marked ballots. Those were provisional ballots, and that hand-marked ballots are, when used as the dominant system, don't require envelopes. They happen much faster. They are scanned and tabulated by the voter right in the precinct with the existing equipment, with the existing software. If there's any problem with that ballot, it is spit out and given to the voter to correct or to start a new ballot. There was also some discussion about how many voting booths there were during that 7 to 8 p.m. period. And, ballot marking devices take up a whole lot of room. So if you hardly have any flat surfaces for people to mark a hand paper ballot, it will slow things down. And I don't think that that should be indicative. Most people in this country vote on hand-marked paper ballots, and it is fast and efficient in addition to being reliable. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, next on our agenda, Items for decision number 5. We'll start with 5A, certification of the municipal general election runoff. We'll pass it to Director Smith for a rundown.
Thank you. So before we review the election summary report that's included, we will go through the post-election report, which starts on slide 9, and we will jump right to slide 11 and okay, so you'll see on slide 12 the turnout for this general election runoff. The total registered voters for the catchment areas was 38,519. Total ballots cast, 2,941, which has an overall turnout percentage of 7.64. On election day, 2,402 voters voted. Early voting, 481. Absentee by mail, 58. On slide 13, you'll note that out of the early voting locations, Bessie Brenham in the city of Atlanta was the most visited location during those days. Slide 14 describes or details the number of absentee by mail that we received. A total of 62 were received, but 3 were rejected. So there was a total of 59 accepted. On slide 14, you'll see the further breakdown of those provisional absentee ballots. There were 3. 2 of those were cured. And then of the rejected absentee ballots, there you can see that out of the 3 that were rejected, 1 was rejected for a missing signature, 1 was missing an ID, and the other one had an incorrect ID. On slide 16, just describes, it's a map there showing that the neighborhood church on election day was the most popular site with 778 folks visiting there. Although the turnout was not, high, that still would be above the average on an election day for that location. 17 shows the election day precincts, polling locations, poll workers. You'll see we had 20 precincts, 13 locations, 102 poll workers. The equipment that was tested and deployed for those sites totaled 52 in poll pads, 169 touchscreens, and 18 scanners. And we can look at the next slide, 18, which shows election day provisionals. There was 1 out of precinct provisional ballot that was rejected. So again, as always, I would like to thank our board, the staff, our county partners, and all that, the poll workers and everyone that assist in working alongside us to facilitate another successful election as we close out this 2025 election year and get ready for next year. So at this time, if you turn to page 21 in your packets, you will find the unofficial and incomplete election summary report for the December 2nd, 2025 general election runoff. Summary includes all contests for the Atlanta and Stonecrest municipalities. All tabulators, all counting groups are listed below. And for your consideration and review for certification.
Thank you. We'll go board member by board member to see if you have any questions for Director Smith, I'll start with Ms. Lohman.
None, thank you.
Mr. Bowden?
None, thank you.
Ms. Lee?
None for me.
All right, none for me as well. Chair will now entertain a motion to recess to officially certify the election.
Go ahead.
So moved.
Second.
Oh, vote to certify. Sorry, I always get that wrong. All
So
right,
moved.
Second.
all right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, now I'll entertain a motion to recess to sign the official paperwork.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. All right. I'll entertain a motion to resume regular order.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Last item for decision we have is voting on our meeting schedule for next year. I think it's pretty self-explanatory, but I'll pass it to Director Smith for any color you want to add to it.
So what you have on page 23 is the proposed calendar for meetings for 2026, and it is the regularly scheduled meetings, which are held the second Thursday of each month, second Thursday of each month, beginning at 4:30 p.m. And that is with the exception of the meetings that follow an election, which generally occur on a Monday or Tuesday if there's a holiday in that period. So for your consideration and approval.
Any questions? Ms. Lohman?
Will we, so I don't see the pre-certification meetings on here, so we'll just adopt those at the time?
I think that's how it typically goes. It's based on the board's availability and typically scheduled the month before. So
Okay,
we can do that, if that's okay. Continue to do it that way.
all right, thank you.
Anything else?
Nope.
I'll add on the pre-certification meeting. I hope they disappear at some point, so I'd rather we not schedule them at this point.
This is going straight into my planner, so I just, you know.
All right, I think we're ready to vote. All in favor of this meeting schedule?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, the ayes have it. Do we have a need for executive session today?
We do not.
Yes, fantastic. All right, we'll move on to board comments. We'll start on the far end. Ms. Lohman.
Echoing the same thanks for those of you who show up month after month, sometimes week after week, to our meetings, and for all the ways that you serve as well as our staff. Thank you. And I had just a fantastic joke, like this New Yorker joke, but it doesn't really translate verbally. So if anybody wants to look at it, I have it on my phone. I've turned into like a grandmother or something, sharing emails, but it's very funny and election related.
You mean the New Yorker cartoon?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fantastic. Can't
It's
wait.
kind of hip, but I'm still being, you know, kind of boomerish.
We should have put it in the agenda. Mr. Bowden?
How do I go on after that? I bet Fulton County elections meetings don't have talk about jokes. I'd also like to echo my colleagues' notes. Thank you for all of you who show up. Definitely appreciate it. Thanks to the staff for all the hard work that they do. I feel very, very aware of all the things going on with this great team. And I want to thank you again for showing up, and I look forward to seeing you next year.
I just want to say that I am disappointed that we did not hear the resolution. And I think it's important for election integrity to have our voter rolls in compliance with the law. And as a board, we are responsible for being in compliance with the law. So maybe next time.
Thank you. I made a mistake. Shocker. We needed a motion to adopt the meeting schedule for next year.
I'd like to make that motion, if I may, sir.
Second.
All right. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right. Fantastic. Thank you to everybody, especially the diehards showing up to all these meetings. Really appreciate you being here. Thank you to the staff. Everybody's working so freaking hard, and I hope everyone has a wonderful holiday season. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor? Aye.